everybody, welcome to Dada's Lounge. My name is Kerubo and today I'm joined by my really close friend Grace and we'll be talking about H1-B visas.
Like you said, my name is Grace Waweru, and I have known Kerubo since Penn. We went to college together. We met like freshman year, spring, and then we became close friends soon after, and we've known each other since then.
Yeah, funny stories. I thought we met in church, but Grace insists.
I know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we met like after an exam freshman year. We had a mutual friend, and we had dinner together, and then afterwards I think I invited you to church.
Yes.
And then
I came for
afterwards.
So I think it was after an economics
exam.
It was
economics class,
and then you invited me to, I think our freshman year they had the brothers in church.
Oh yes, that was the first one.
Yeah.
It was what's it called?
Sisters Appreciation.
Right. So the brothers in the church were like treating the sisters in the church.
Yeah.
And I told you to come over and it was nice.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It's around Valentine's Day.
Yes, it was Valentine's Day. It was spring.
Yeah. So Grace works as a paralegal in Philadelphia, and I know a lot of us international students and postgrads are wondering about what's going on with H1-B visas. So I wanted her to give us her insights on what they are learning about what's happening with the H1-B visas.
Sure. So I work at an immigration law firm, as Kerubo said, and my attorney specializes in asylum cases, but he also has employment-based cases that I'm in charge of. So the main visas that I work with, the majority of my cases are H1-B visas. And so right now we just came from a very busy season, which was the H1 when the new applicants can be submitted. April 1st, I'm sure most of you probably know about the April 1st deadline, which is the first day that you can apply for a new H1-B visa. And as you know, the H1-B visa is the 6-year visa that you can get through a sponsor, through an employer.
6 years?
Yeah, you can get only up to 6 years, and then afterwards, if your employer has sponsored you for permanent residency, then it can be extended as you wait for your green card to come through.
Awesome. So Grace just got accepted to law school. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Excited for you there.
Yeah.
So what are some of the questions that people are worried about? What's going on?
Well, they haven't, so nothing's been set in stone yet, especially with the new administration. Everyone's really worried, and we have clients who have been calling us, and the main thing is that they want us to expedite their cases because they're worried that, that he'll impose making it harder for people to travel with a visa and all that. Nothing's been set in stone yet. But we were, my attorney, somebody actually brought it up last week where they're trying maybe in order to get an H1-B visa, your occupation has to be a specialty occupation. So if like a computer programmer, they're trying to make it that's the main occupation that they're trying to make harder, is the computer programmer. Make it more stringent. The qualifications for specialty occupation, the computer programmer is the hardest one right now that they're trying to target, because they're saying apparently the skills for to be a computer programmer are not needed with a bachelor's degree. You can get those skills on the computer or in any kind of program. So yeah, that's just one of the
So why is that? Is that because there are people who, do you need a bachelor's degree to be able to apply for H1-B?
Yes, so that's the main qualification. You need a bachelor's degree, so there's a bachelor's cap and there's a master's cap. So I would advise anybody, if you're thinking of doing a master's, go for the master's, because you'll have better chances of getting selected, because they issue 20,000 visas for masters and 65,000 for the bachelor's. So the masters 20,000. So they issued 85,000 visas every year, H1-B visas. Okay. 20,000 go to the master's cap, and 60,000 go to the bachelor's cap. So in the master's cap, there's less people.
Right, there's less people who've done the master's.
Right. So the cap is smaller and the lottery is smaller, so you have better chances if you have a master's degree.
Okay, I actually want to explore that a little bit more. So what is the argument that you don't need a bachelor's degree to be able to get the computer programming skills? Are they trying to have more Americans who are not going to college but have the skills higher?
No, they're just saying that because to qualify for the H1-B visa, you need a bachelor's degree in a specialty occupation. So they're saying if you're a computer programmer, you might have had a bachelor's degree, but the skills they could have gotten somebody else who doesn't have a bachelor's degree. So they want to make sure that if you're being hired for a computer programmer, the degree you have, the background you have, the degree you had specifically made you prepared for that job. But if it's a role that you could have gained from doing doing an app or something, or your own skills on the side, then it's not really a specialty occupation.
So are there any recommendations for people that want to stay in the US, like what they should study, or what is getting more H1-B?
I mean, you can get an H1-B visa as a financial analyst. Some of the roles I work with are financial analyst, senior specialist. Majority of them are tech, like software engineer is a good one. It's not arguable that it's a specialty occupation. So yeah, so they've ranged. We've had positions in business, we have positions in market. But although marketing ones are also getting a little tricky, like there's a market insight specialist. That's also been arguably tricky to argue that it's a specialty occupation. So I would say, yeah. But I mean, we've had cases that I've worked with those. But yeah, you can get an H1-B visa with any kind of occupation.
So it's a lottery.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, if it's a lottery, for you to apply, do you have to meet those requirements first before you go into the lottery?
Yes.
And then?
Yes, you have to qualify for the H1 visa. You have to get a sponsor, of course, a company to sponsor you. And yeah, you apply, and we apply. I had like 30 cases this year that I was working on my own. I had to prepare the petitions as if they were selected. So I had to make sure USCIS, if they do get selected, would approve the case. So yeah, so you have to meet all the qualifications, and then if your petition is selected, if not, then you have to apply next year or do something else. Yeah, I mean, and there are all the options, so I was gonna discuss that too. So if you don't get selected in H1-B visa lottery, then you can try another visa. Like there's L1 visa, where if your company is abroad, then they can sponsor you for a position. Like if it's a big company, then they might have a position abroad. Like we've had somebody who's missed lottery like 2-3 times in a row. 2-3 days in a row, so it's really sad and we feel bad for them. But he got a position in like I think it was like in the UK.
London.
And
yeah, people go to London now.
Exactly, and we even have somebody in Hong Kong who was sent to Hong Kong. So I mean, it's inconvenient, but you get to keep the relationship with the company, and then now the company is applying for him again this year. So if you can't get a company that does that, what I could advise people, if you're like thinking of having an H1-B, like one of them, as I said, if you have a bachelor's degree, I'd say try to go for a master's degree. It'll improve your chances of getting into the H1-B cap. You should also talk, if you have an employer and maybe you missed the lottery this year, I would advise you to talk to have your employer talk to the lawyer and the attorneys and think of the other options that you can go for. Sometimes some people don't even engage in conversation, but some of our clients are like, I want to set up a meeting with the attorneys that we're working with my manager, and if they can, and I want to explore my options. And some people just don't, they just wait until next year and they're like, oh, I have no other options. But some people are able to go for the CPT, and some people don't even know about that option because they didn't engage, they didn't talk to the attorney. So I encourage you to do that as well. And there are also other ways, like you get married when you're a citizen and all that. Yes. But I mean, whatever you can to stay. But I mean, it's a lottery, so it's sad when you don't get selected. But
it's good to know your options.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Grace, for sharing with us.
Sure.
If you have any questions, leave comments, and I'm sure Grace will be happy to answer these questions. And
oh yeah, anytime. And if you guys want, like they can link like our business card, like our attorneys, our lawyers.
Right.
I've worked at a great law firm, and they're
What's the name?
people. Landau, Hess, and Choi.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll link it down there so you can look them up and get the expert help of my friend Grace in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing.
Bye.
Bye-bye.